All right, we have just entered Mount Rainier National Park through White River, checking out the Wonderland Trail. So I'm gonna go up and check out Panhandle Gap. Everybody's freaking about the snow. All right, I'm just passing over Panhandle Creek, and well, lo and behold, here's the parking lot for Panhandle Creek. So I'm gonna pull right in here. And this is it. Well, here's the bad news. I've barely gone just a little bit up the trail, and as you can see, the snow is already starting. So I can only assume that the snow is going to continue on. We're exactly at 4652.8, 121.36.9. Well, it hasn't been bad. Since that first snow, most of the trail has been completely clear. Just a few patches, absolutely no navigation problems so far up to this part of the falls. I'm going to stop and get a little snack here, and I've managed to get all 3 cameras into one package, so that'll make things a little easier for me because I'm carrying so much crap. I must have 25 pounds worth of stuff here. To make this worthwhile for this update, maybe you should go to my website, williswall.com, and buy something. This is where a trail can start getting a little bit tricky because now it's mostly snow covered, and although right now it's pretty easy to make out the path, you know, all these little, it's dirty and pitted, and you can easily lose it if you're not paying attention. For instance, here's the path goes up there, and then you look down this section with a little camera and you can see that it looks essentially the same. So imagine we're going to get into more snow now on the path, although navigation still is not difficult, but looks like it's going to become a little more prevalent from this point on. I'm just a short distance above where I took the lunch break at the falls. Okay, so I don't forget it later, 4652.1 and 121.38.47. Just to give you an idea of how much snow pack there is, there's the GPS continuing up. Considering how late it is in the season, that's pretty amazing. Well, at least it's easy going in the snow. I mean, it's really compact. It hasn't been fresh for obviously a long time, so as you can see, it's very supportive, soft enough, because of course it's not freezing temperatures, so that, you know, if you need to get some purchase, you can for any kind of edging or whatever, but you're not sinking through into the snow. So it's actually very nice traveling. You know, it's just as fast as being on trail, matter of fact, maybe even a little softer, so I don't mind it. So you can see going up this little hill here that very easy to kick in a step. Usually the trail goes up, switchbacks up this way to get to Summerland, but there's still enough snow on the ground this year where you can just kind of do an end run up here, kind of in this avalanche valley. Poor marmots around here. They're up and running, but there's hardly any clear ground. There's no flowers. I just kind of wonder what they're eating, which explains why as soon as I leave my pack, they come sniffing around trying to get at my Nutella. And it's one thing I guard closely, it's Nutella. I'll show you a couple of shots around the camp, like this one, or this one, or this one, or this one. Or check out this view. Hey, take a look at that marmot. this spot is going to turn into a nice blue-greenish lake. And it's just starting. So the gap is up there. I can kind of see how I'm just going to whip around and get on some of the trail. It doesn't look too bad at all. Okay, look Ma, no hands. We're going to do the last part of the Panhandle Gap here. With two views. So even where I have to fall right now, the slope is, well, it's very soft, so I'm not going to go very fast. In fact, I may glissade down. But there's no rocks underneath me, and it's just, you know, I just take a nice little fall and it'd be soft. But as you can see, snow is in excellent shape. Just coming up to the last part here. This is interesting. Yeah, no problem. Of course, if this was icy, I wouldn't attempt this, but voila! There's the top of the Panhandle Gap. I'm not supposed to sweat this much. The doctor's going to be mad at me. Let's do the big pan. Oh look, here's even some trail. Oh yeah, here's Mount Adams. This is pretty interesting. Bunch of hair. Something lounged here. Elk maybe? Oh, let's see. Yep, that's elk. Oh, that would be a female, 3.5 years old. Ate some grasses for dinner. It's an excellent spot of watermelon snow. Oh, I found an actual dry spot here. The Wonderland Trail just kind of rises up a little bit and then drops down the Ohanapikosh Valley. So it rises up a little bit. You have to do a little bit of a climb to get around this part right over here because this drops too soon. And then it basically just, I can see the ridgeline right there. That's where the trail just kind of drops down into Indian Bar and paralleling the Ohanapikosh River. Yeah, if you've got a GPS, you can stay right on the trail, but you don't even really need one. You can navigate by sight on a nice day like today. So, I left you some tracks. Somebody get out here and hike. I can't believe that nobody's out here on this gorgeous day. It was in the 50s when I left this morning and cloudy, and here I am roasting up here in the sun. But hey, that's okay. It is just gorgeous, as you can see by this. How about this photo I'm going to show you right now? What can I surmise from doing this hike? You're probably not going to see wildflowers until sometime in August, and that'll probably go into September. Trails right now, when they're snow covered, aren't bad, but as they start to melt, then they're going to become really, when it's half and half and it's like half snow and half trail, even if you're not dealing with directly being on snow, then the trails are going to be a mess. Upper elevation trails above 5,000 feet, snow, some of them into September. Panhandle Gap's never going to be clear. It's going to be snow the entire time. If I were to hike the trail right now, I'd have to do a few things differently. I might be able to get away with trail running shoes, but maybe a little stiffer boots better. The shoes that I wore today are pretty stiff. They have that torsional rigidity, so it's very easy to corner, to edge step in those things and kick steps, but they're not waterproof, so I did wear a waterproof sock. I have an old pair of REI Gore-Tex socks, and I kept my feet dry the entire day. That much time in snow, really your feet's the thing that you're going to have to take care of from getting cold and getting wet, keeping snow out of your shoe, so some kind of minimal gaiter is advised. I brought some full-on gaiters, but I never had to use them. I'd also have to plan on camping on snow because, you know, anytime above 4,500 feet, 5,000 feet, those campsites, they're probably not going to be free. So that means I'd have to bring a full-length pad, closed cell foam, and maybe even a double to insulate myself from snow if I'm going to be on snow all the time. And then you have the problems of setting up your tent in the snow, where you're going to need some kind of snow stake or snow anchor to be able to keep your tent down instead of just the regular stakes. Take more time. There's no way I'm going to do this trail in 3 days based on these conditions with it's probably 50% snow covered right now at least. So instead of 3 days, I might take 5 days. And I would want to minimize the amount of time that I'm spending night hiking because I really need the daylight for navigation. This today was easy to navigate in the trees with the snow because it's a fairly straight course. However, maybe coming down Cowlitz Divide, when you have higher elevations in the trees where you're switchbacking up, navigation is probably going to be a problem. There's no easy way to find the trail underneath all that crap because it all looks the same. Definitely I'd bring a GPS. Mine's loaded with a topo map, and that really helps because it has the trail right on there. You have to decide whether you actually want to come hike the Wunderlin Trail at this time. Wunderlin Trail may be snow covered, but it's still going to offer a lot of surprises.
you may not want to do it.